So we said we'd come back. How are y'all tonight? We're back to talk about solid waste rerouting again. One thing, we've just gotten new updated maps this afternoon. We met with them yesterday to work through some of the mapping issues that they had sent to us. So right now what we're showing is draft maps as of this afternoon about 3 o'clock. So these are as up to date as we've got right now. So you can see on the left side, you've got the existing map, and you can see on the right side, you've got the proposed map. So what we've tried to do, these are your days of service. What we've tried to do is to lump together a little bit better when they're picking up in certain locations. The biggest thing is, like, if you look at the existing map, the green for Monday goes across the whole town. I mean, they're literally going across the whole town. They're skipping neighborhoods to get to neighborhoods that are getting picked up on that day. That's because technically in town, we've never had a rerouting. So I've been here 15 years, and I know we've never done it then. I doubt it was done before then. And it's just, over time, developments happen, and we haven't ever actually routed solid waste away from developments, but actually for what the needs are. So that's for solid waste, days of service collection. Abby, can you go to the next one? Oh, I can do it. Oh, sorry. I'm sitting here holding it and didn't do it. The recycling map looks a little bit different. So what you can see with the recycling map we tried to do is we tried to cut some locations off of roadways or keep neighborhoods all being picked up on the same week. So we used to have a lot of neighborhoods that were split down roadways or maybe down half the neighborhood or phases or things like that. With the new rerouting, we have eliminated that with one exception, and that's Bonterra. Bonterra is the largest neighborhood we have in town, and we just couldn't, there was no way to balance out the pickup days with development that we think may come down the line, because we don't want to have to reroute again in a year or 2 years or 3 years. So we tried to look at everything that's kind of in the hopper that we know about, and Bonterra was just the one area that we couldn't do it. So we left it the way that it is right now, which is where Bonterra Phase 2 is separate, and Bonterra Phase 1, 3, and 4 will still get picked up like they usually were. That's kind of where the split's going to be. But everybody over there seems to already know, and they're good with that. We don't really have a whole lot of complaints over in that area for missing day of service for collection. Total rerouting. So there's kind of 3 different things that are going on here, and Abby's done a good job at trying to lay that out on the website for people. So what we have is everybody is going to have a change, every single resident, and that's going to be that we're splitting recycling and yard waste on opposite weeks. So you will no longer take to your curb your trash, your recycling, and your yard waste on the same week. You will take your trash and your recycling one week. So let's say you were orange. Orange week, you would take your trash and your recycling. The next week, you would take your trash and your yard waste. We're doing that to limit the number of vehicles, big vehicles that we have in the neighborhood at any given one time. All those vehicles are competing for space. We're trying to limit the number that we have in there. If you think about it right now on a bulk week, we could actually have 4 trucks in the neighborhood at the same time. We could have a trash truck, a recycle truck, a yard waste truck, and a bulk truck, all in the same neighborhood. So we're trying to limit that as much as we can. So every resident's going to have that change. About 40% of the residents are going to have a day of service change. So that's going to be that their actual service day is going to go from a Monday to a Wednesday, or from a Tuesday to a Thursday. We have done our best. There are a few changes that go backwards in the week, but almost all of them go forward in the week. So if you used to be a Wednesday pickup, your pickup's now Friday. So if you set your can out, on accident before you're learning your new schedule, it'll get picked up. It's just going to sit there for 2 days. Any questions? We're going to continue to come back and talk about this. We're trying to hit as many times as we can. Abby's doing as much as she can social media wise. GB has things that they're doing. They're going to be sending a postcard. They're going to be doing in the paper, putting an ad in the paper. And then they're also going to be putting, when we do bulk, we have those signs that we put in front of people's neighborhoods that says it's your bulk week. They're going to be putting signs in front of every neighborhood for the first couple of weeks that says it's your trash week, it's your recycling week, it's your yard waste week, it's your trash week, telling people what week they are now so that they'll be as prepared as they can. On our end, we're doing these meetings. Abby's doing social media and on the web. The town's going to send out a sealed envelope to every resident with their new information of when their pickup and when their day is. And then we'll also keep blasting as much as we can through HOAs and everything that we can get information out there. Usually these cycles, I'm told, throughout the realm of solid waste, it takes about 2 full cycles, 2 full rollovers for everybody to kind of get on board with when their new pickup is. That's why we picked the day that we did, which is November 30th for this rollout, so that we can get to the end of that cycle before Christmas. But we wanted to do it after Thanksgiving. We wanted to hit in between our holidays.
Any questions?
Mr. Morris, you held up your hand.
Well, my first question was going to be, when does this start? So you've answered that. And the second question or comment is, I'm sure that y'all have looked at, everyone has looked at the cost savings that this will provide to the town, as well as God Bless USA. Anything?
So from a cost savings standpoint, I don't really know that there's going to be on a dollar per person. Mm-hmm. What it's going to save us is phone calls from missed pickups. What it's going to save us is, trash truck out there in the neighborhood at 8 o'clock at night, 9 o'clock at night on the heavy day. So what we've done is we've balanced all the days to be somewhere in that realm of, we always shoot, I've learned through this, not just this, but dealing with solid waste, 1,000, 1,200 homes for our type of density, the way we are, is about the most they can pick up in a day and still be productive. Once you start getting over that point, you start getting sloppy in your pickup, you're rushing around, things happen. So we're well below that point with our reroute. That way we have room to grow.
Any other questions?
All right.